Hey everyone, this is Hannah giving you today's Rocket Miner COVID-19 update. Today in Wyoming, we're up to 479 confirmed cases, 152 probable cases, and 416 recovered cases. Now as these numbers are getting higher, the math's getting a little more confusing and complicated to do in your head right away. So if you add up the confirmed and probable cases and then take away the number of recovered cases, which remember that includes both confirmed and probable recoveries, that gives us a total of 215 active cases in the state of Wyoming right now. Today we learned that we have a new confirmed positive case of COVID-19 in Sweetwater County, which is our 12th confirmed case. And this new case is also currently hospitalized at Memorial Hospital of Sweetwater County, which is our county's second hospitalization of a COVID-19 case. According to the press release we got today, they said that the Green River woman, who is in her 40s, who is this 12th case, went to the emergency room late Tuesday evening. The rapid coronavirus test was used and confirmed she has COVID-19. She was admitted to Sweetwater Memorial in the early morning hours of Wednesday, today. She remains hospitalized in stable condition. Sweetwater County Public Health personnel also immediately began contact tracing with this new case, and they're in touch with all of the women's close contacts, according to Kim Lineberger, who's our Public Health Director. And she urged anyone in the community who isn't feeling well to seek medical care or get tested for COVID-19. Kim White, the Memorial Hospital Incident Commander, said, "We are saddened that we have another person hospitalized with this virus, but our healthcare team is taking excellent care of her." As far as the previous case, our 11th confirmed case, which was a Rock Springs woman in her 50s, she had been in the hospital, but as we said, she was released. And today they confirmed that she's continuing to self-isolate at home, but she's in stable condition. So with these two, we now have 2 active cases in Sweetwater County and just the one who is hospitalized today. The Sweetwater County COVID-19 Emergency Operations Center Unified Command Team announced today that they have submitted 2 variances for our county to the state for review. They said this is the first of a few stages of attempting to reopen Sweetwater County and the local economy while avoiding recurring business closures due to a resurgence of COVID-19 cases. So the county variances are a thing that Governor Gordon's allowing us to do. Even with the current public health orders that he has, they're allowing individual counties to submit these variances, which is basically saying, based on where we're at as a county, we think we should be able to take these steps to respond to COVID-19. So that can either be more strict or less strict than the governor's current health orders. So far, Teton County is the only one that has had a more strict variance. They're still being very cautious. So they have even more restrictions on them right now, voluntarily, than the rest of the state does. Other counties in Wyoming have submitted variances for less strict orders, and lots of these either involve dining rules or gathering rules. So with the Sweetwater County variances that they've put together, those will involve both dining and gathering. They explained that there are 2 different variances, that the first variance addresses restaurants, food courts, cafes, coffee houses, and other similar places for public accommodation offering food and beverage for on-premises consumption, as well as bars, taverns, brew pubs, etc. So basically just a sweeping for all restaurants, anybody that gives food or drinks like bars. The first variance deals with them and them being able to reopen or expand their services. The second variance includes religious services and churches hosting in-person gatherings. So this will be giving churches more freedom for meeting in person again, and being able to reopen and go back to worshiping together. They explain that both variances include a list of guidelines, recommendations, and requirements that these businesses and organizations must comply with in order to safely reopen their doors to customers, patrons, and parishioners in a way that minimizes the risk of transmitting or spreading the COVID-19 disease here in Sweetwater County. So this doesn't mean that they're just gonna open and everything's gonna go back to normal and everyone can go. There will be precautions that have to be taken, whether that's wearing masks or the way that they sanitize things in between people, staying 6 feet apart. They haven't given us the specifics yet on what precautions the variances include, but I imagine it will probably be things like social distancing, wearing masks, and just the specific rules and regulations for how we go about doing those things. Both of these variances were approved by County Public Health Officer Dr. Jean Station, and now they have officially been submitted to State Health Officer Dr. Alexia Harris for her review, and she and her team will decide whether or not to approve these variances. The chances that they will be approved are really good because similar variances have been approved in other Wyoming counties that actually have smaller populations and a higher total number of lab confirmed positive COVID-19 cases. So since Sweetwater County is doing so good with where we're at in keeping our case number down and staying pretty controlled in that area, there's a pretty good likelihood that we'll be allowed to do these things. And Dr. Alexia Harris goes through all the variances from the different counties to decide whether or not to approve them. But other counties have said that she's really good about going through this quickly and getting back within even a few days sometimes. So we'll probably know pretty quickly whether or not these variances will be approved, and then we'll look into what it looks like once they go into effect. EOC Deputy Incident Commander and Rock Springs Fire Department Chief Jim Walmsley said in their press release, "We hope to open in stages so that we can move forward with measured momentum and hold in place as needed. No one knows if we are going to encounter a sudden surge or spike in new cases. What we do know is that, fortunately, we have only had one new lab-confirmed positive case in 20 days. Obviously, as of today, this changed because just today we had a brand new confirmed case, but still, that's 2 confirmed cases in 20 days. He said, "While we must act carefully and responsibly in our approach so that we don't overwhelm our hospital or healthcare system, we also want to do everything we can to try to get people back to work, save our small businesses, and restore our local economy." So again, within maybe a few days, maybe a week, we should know whether or not these variances were approved, and then we'll start looking into, as a county, going forward with being able to reopen to some extent our restaurants and churches, which is exciting. Today is also National Nurses Day, so I just wanted to give a shout out and a thank you to all of the nurses, especially here in Sweetwater County, here in Wyoming, and just everywhere, because nurses everywhere are doing so much right now. And they're making so many sacrifices and just putting their lives on the line, being on the front lines to fight this virus and to help people through it. And just so thankful to them for all of the hard work and all of the sacrifices that they are making to help us and to keep us moving forward as a state, as a country, as the whole world. Thank you just to nurses everywhere for all of the sacrifices and dedication and hard work. I don't know where we would be without them, and I'm so thankful to them. So celebrate and thank your local nurses today. Thank you for listening. Keep checking back with us for more updates and news, and I hope you have a good night.